It feels so great to be back and healthy enough to continue on in the name of managed democracy. No need to get into all the particulars, but suffice it to say, whatever I initially caught metastasized into my lungs and just turned into full-blown pneumonia, and it's been a long last few weeks. Welcome back to the channel. This is LtBuzzLitebeer, and the fight for Super Earth continues on. And we've got new intel from HQ coming from the four corners of the galaxy. So, in case you're new here, take just a second to hit subscribe, as it's free and it really helps the channel get noticed by the YouTube algorithms. Likes, comments, shares are also extremely helpful. And don't forget to ring that notifications bell so you never miss one of my future upload alerts. And here we go once more, into the drop pods again for your daily dose of Helldivers. Any day you've got the armor in the Superstore, it's a great day in Helldivers. And so, we've got the Clinician medium body armor with medkit for all you stim junkies out there, granting you +2 stims in 2 seconds, more stim duration. Of course, the matching Spaceman helmet, the FS-37 Ravager helmet, and the lightweight Ravager body armor with engineering kit for reduced recoil and +2 throwables, like grenades or throwing knives. Over to the galactic table we go, and this one is, well, yeah, it's a bit of a mess. The Helldivers currently have 24 hours to go in the current major order, an order where we've seen Game Master Joel step in and press the levers of democracy, and so it sits as thus. We've got control of Esker, Mentoria is nearly 60% complete, and Blistica is, well, it hasn't even really begun to be liberated. And again, we've got 24 hours to go. But listen, I get it. We've all got a bit of fatigue with Helldivers 2 right now, especially since the DSS hasn't been reworked. We've got new games on the market like Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile 2, which, by the way, I've been grinding while sick. For those of you on Game Pass, or the 8,000 or so over on PC that are playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it seems to be getting good reviews. So overall, yeah, there's so many distractions to take you away from the major order. First of which is the same content battle fatigue. And God, I hope Arrowhead gives us something new to face off with before they go on holiday break. Even with 13,000 divers currently over on Mentoria, the DSS is in orbit, and a 0% decay rate, we are still only projected to take the planet in 9.5 hours. And Blistica, sitting over there at a 0.5% decay rate, only has about 700 divers on it. So yeah, at this point, it looks like we aren't going to make it, despite having the new MD8 gas mines. Anyways, for those of you who wanted to pocket a few extra medals, today's daily order is to get 50 kills with the grenade launcher. Okay, since we're now approaching the end of 2024, the gaming sites are starting to get in their last few posts about Helldivers and other very popular titles out there. And so we need to make the rounds and find out what they are saying about our beloved HD2. The first one here is from Digital Trends, who ran with this headline, quote, Helldivers 2 showed us the best and worst of gaming in 2024, which I would honestly agree with. And 3 guesses for you out there with the good and bad items they list out for HD2. Anyways, here's what they say for the positives. There's 4 of them. 1, live service done right. 2, war bonds and a high level of role-playing along with a strong community. Number 3, it delivered something that could not be found elsewhere, such as chaos, difficulty, and friendly fire. I'm familiar with all 3 of those. And number 4, the final item for the positives, Arrowhead took a risk on something new, and it paid off. All right, now over to the bad. There's 2. Number 1, got caught up in a gaming culture war, satirical fascist elements, and rage at developer decisions. And number 2, Sony and the PSN linking requirement, which I've read in previous articles saying if it weren't for that, Helldivers 2 would be a game of the year. And let me know if you think that's true in the comments section. And so the article concludes by contrasting what Helldivers has been able to do as a live service model versus mega flops like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, X Defiant. Damn, Ubisoft wishes they could just rip 2024 completely out of the calendar and act like it never happened. And we can't forget about Concord. I would tend to agree that Helldivers really stood out in this live service genre, mostly because it was the anti-live service, turning the model on its head. VideoGamer decided to wade into leak territory with this one. Quote, Helldivers 2 leak reveals new Dark Eclipse event that sounds pretty scary. This leak is an event making its resurgence from HD1 as a, quote, potential new planet-sided event. According to the leak, this planetary eclipse event hazard will plunge the map into darkness of deep blue, and on certain maps completely in darkness, to the point the only source of lights will be your beacons, weapon-mounted flashlights, and of course, flare. Which, yeah, overall would be really cool to see in the game, and sounds like it could make use of existing maps, missions, and biomes just by giving it the pitch black treatment. Let me know if you would like to see it completely dark missions brought into the game by dropping me a comment and some feedback on this one. The gamer decided to approach Helldivers from a completely different angle, exposing FemDivers and the BS they go through while attempting to spread managed democracy. Here's their headline: Helldivers 2 fans call out sexism in the player base. And of course, I'll include the link to the Reddit post where this kind of all originates by Acceptable Piglet 249, who says, I'm just here to enjoy Helldivers and spread democracy. Being a woman doesn't mean I want creepy or inappropriate comments. Stop making it weird. What ruins it for me is the wildly inappropriate comments I hear almost every time someone realizes there's a woman in the group. The moment I speak, it's like a switch flips. I'm suddenly the target of creepy remarks or outright gross comments. Ew. These comments aren't harmless fun, they're exhausting. Imagine trying to focus on liberating planets in the name of democracy while dealing with a running commentary about yourself and the inappropriate things strangers want to do to you. The worst part, 9 times out of 10, the other guys in the team say nothing. Other FemDivers actually found this Reddit post and chimed in with their own worst experiences. Here's one, quote, as a FemDiver myself, I long ago had to get friendly with the idea of using text, chat, and emotes only, says Flame Vixen. No way in hell would I use my mic ever again until I dove with someone at least 3 times just to see if I click with them. Here's another one, quote, in almost 800 hours of helldiving, that's a lot of hours actually, I think I've heard fewer than 10 women on voice chat, says user Hatfield CW. Quote, I wonder how many of my silent comrades have been unwilling to get on voice for the reasons you describe. Which overall is an excellent question. And by the way, if you're one of my viewers out there and you are a FemDiver and you want to leave a comment and or story about your diving experiences, feel free to leave them in my comment section. And make sure to begin your comment with a black heart emoji, so I know it relates to this subject. Now, I've personally not heard this kind of behavior while in a match, but I'd be interested to see if anyone feels like sharing their experiences. And finally, and this one's really quick, comicbook.com pointed out the fact that Helldivers has been dethroned by 2 recent launches for player counts. Quote, new Steam RPG is the 3rd biggest launch of 2024, beating Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals. Steam has a new massive hit. Now you see, Steam's biggest launch of 2024 is in fact Black Myth Wukong, with its 2nd biggest being Palworld, and believe it or not, Helldivers 2 comes in 3rd with 458,000 concurrent players way back at launch. But with recent launches of Path of Exile 2 with 578,000 concurrent and Marvel Rivals at 481,000, they've now pushed Helldivers 2 down just a few notches, which is in no way a reflection of the quality of this game. It's a live service game, and so the player counts are going to ebb and flow, but when you haven't brought in any new content really since launch, the player counts are going to reflect that. But still, 458,000 for a game that just kind of came out of nowhere in the live service arena, that's not too shabby. We'll get back to top comments in the next Helldivers video, but for today, let's end it with some humor and truth about the grenade launcher. This one says, grenade launcher functions as an entrenchment tool, good for bot planets with minimal cover. If only my teammates use the ones I dig. And the cartoon goes like this: oh, grenade launcher, I'm just feeling really low. I can dig foxholes for instant cover. And the person sits up, oh shit, for real? But they've also brought receipts, showing off their handy trenches with some armaments already placed. And this is a great PSA here, especially, as they say, for those coverless bot planets. And I'll leave a link to this one, of course, in the video description. All right, honestly, that's all I've got time and energy for today. But overall, it feels great to be back. And I wanted to send my heartfelt thanks to everyone for sticking around, staying subscribed to the channel, and waiting for me to recover and feel well enough to return to YouTube. Remember to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell so you never miss one of my future upload alerts. All my socials, including links to all of today's sources, can of course be found down in the video description. We are well past the point of 248,000 channel subscribers. I'd love to be able to hit 250K before the new year. And if you haven't done so already, it's free. Go ahead and hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.